Bah. Why did that continue? I freaking stopped that. What? Unless I freaking was off on my count. No, I did not. I did turn it off. So everything's fucking audible right now. That's fucking fun. Is my sound gate off? Did my sound gate, like... Because you shouldn't have been able to hear me just... This I can understand you hearing. Me screwing on the lid should not be audible. Either way, let me get music playing. Let me make sure that everything's in working order. I'm gonna leave this upside down for a second so that all the freaking little bits, okay. Let me put this on. It's been a bit, I don't really use this. Like, the actual bits that I freaking, you know, learned entirely new art styles for. Not styles, but like, I learned how to do equipment for this, and I guess the vest I've used now, because... But like, aside from the vest, I haven't used either of these since, we did... Marathon. I mean, I guess that the vest and the gun are the only two things that that I did for this, that were new. But like, I didn't... The vest I hadn't used until Deponia, and then the gun I hadn't used at all since Marathon, because we haven't done any shooty games, because Marathon kind of burned me out on them. I still think that Marathon's a good game, like I said, but, like... Some of the freaking mazes really did just, you know, wear me out. Especially because there wasn't really any way to just float on the water. You would bob up and then immediately go down, and then have to bob back up and then immediately go down. So you're inevitably going to run out of air on those. Which, you know, kind of fucking sucks. But that's neither here nor there. We got through it. I'm not gonna return to those. I've been reorganizing a bunch of stuff because of just plain running out of space, to be honest. I had almost completely run out of space on my SSD. So I had to... I mean, I had to move some games, even. I mean, some of them I just deleted because we had already gone through them, but, like, I had to move, for some reason I had fucking Zombie Army Trilogy on my SSD. For some reason. Still don't know why, honestly. Because I really didn't have the space to do that, and I really didn't need to. The loading times were not exactly, like, insane. I wonder if, like, if I put MCC, which I don't think MCC could, even if I emptied everything else off of my SSD that's game-wise, I don't think that it could fit on my SSD. How much is... I need properties. Installed files. Yeah. 113 gigabytes. How much is my Steam folder on my SSD? Open a new window. Is it program files or times 86? I can never remember which one it goes into. Times 86 or x86, whatever. Steam. I mean, honestly, just freaking give me the entire file size for Steam. Alright, we'll let that... oh, it already figured out. The entirety of my Steam on my SSD is 23 gigabytes. Which is not even a quarter of the size of MCC on its own. So yeah, there is no way in hell that would go there. I don't know what's taking up as much as it is. Vegas is part of it. VR Chat, Creator Companion is definitely going to be a part of that. Basic Windows bloat. MS Build. What is MS Build? Just Microsoft stuff. GOG. Firewall Pack is actually still on here. Design Doll, which is way to do poses for art references, which I don't really use that much. It's better than the basic one that comes with Clip Studio, but it's, I don't know, I don't use it very often. Electronic Arts, easy anti-cheat twice. My death counter, which I haven't used in a while. Chatty, which I don't use that much now. Bethesda.net launcher. BlueStacks. I thought I'd put BlueStacks on a different hard drive. BlueStacks might be what's eating up a lot of that, because it would have Azure Lane on it, which I think on its own is like 100 something. I also need to clean up my expansion drive, because at this point I have only 1.8 terabytes of 4.5 terabytes. I could probably... I could probably, like, start getting rid of some of the VODs that are on there. Because I do have the VOD channel, which I just kind of put you guys on whenever I'm doing a marathon, which I'm not going to be doing a marathon for the... till whenever the fuck I get my new PC, which will probably have to be a whole new PC at the rate things are going, because we still haven't gotten another email back. And it's been a week since they confirmed that it was stolen. So we're fucked. At least that's how I perceive it. At this point, to be honest. I was hoping that we would have gotten email today, but if Nami did, then I was not informed. Granted, we also immediately got sidetracked with D&D stuff. Hey Sukuna, how you doing? How did the flight stuff go? Nice. I told you were gonna be fine. Now, if only my freaking PC problem was fine. Which is where we were just now. But D&D only lasted like 10 minutes today, about. Rhea solved her portion of the trials in 10-15 minutes. And we were working on Nami's, but then Nami disappeared, so who knows. I'm hoping, I mean, on one hand, I'm hoping that we can get Nami's portion complete. On the other hand, the next session is not next week because birthday stuff. What is an A220? I'm familiar with the Cessna, I'm not familiar with, Ooh, snazzy. I feel like other places other than Swiss use Airbus, but I don't... I know that US uses... most US companies use like the 747? 747 or 737? Gotcha, gotcha. I mean, yeah, Boeing owns, like, all the US companies. I think it depends on, like, which, what's the word I'm looking for? Which company in particular as to what model they use, though. Because, like, Cessna's the company versus the different models. Oh, it uses a joystick? I didn't know that any, like, large, I didn't know that any large aircraft used joysticks. I thought that that was exclusive to, like, personal planes, military aircraft. Actually, do military aircraft use? I think that, like, fighter jets use. Yeah. Boeing uses yokes. I think that larger military aircraft also use yokes. I think fighter craft do still use, older fighter planes? Gotcha. Hey Tran, how you doing tonight? All of my experience comes from simulators, so... And even my simulators are heavily outdated, so... Because I think the most recent simulator is Arma, and I'm not an aircrafter in Arma, so... My last simulator was Flight Sim 2006? I think? I don't remember what version of Flight Sim my grandmother had. Words are difficult at times. But, I don't even know if I can find that anymore, to be honest. After she moved all of her stuff, it almost certainly got lost among the clutter, and it probably got even more lost among the clutter while my freaking uncle was scrounging for whatever the fuck he could fucking find at that point. It would be nice to get the tower back, though. Oh, yes. I'd like to, like, actually pilot a genuine aircraft at some point. It'd be cool. I'd obviously want someone that can, like, take control if I fuck up, but, like... I think it would be interesting. I don't think I'd go for anything, like, as advanced as any kind of, fighter craft, though. As much as the speed and power would be fun to do, I'd want... I don't know if I'd mess around with the... Or I don't know if I have the level of control for it. Especially considering even when it comes to what little experience I have with them, it's over a decade ago? Over a decade? Shit, time flies. The only thing about helicopters is that it requires more foot control than anything. Which is like the biggest departure between the two. Because my father has actually, not military choppers, but civilian choppers, has flown one of those before. I mean, I guess. It could be worse. You could be freaking... fucking what's the, Osprey? Is Osprey the one that has, like, a... just below 50% failure rate? Due to the tilt rotors having a high failure rate? I think that they've improved significantly, but I remember, like, way back when they had, like, a super high rate of just becoming inoperable after a relatively short time because the tilt rotor required so much goddamn maintenance in order for it to not become a hazard to the crew. Oops. Oh yeah, early Ospreys were like death traps, effectively. Like I said, I'd assume that if they did still have that high failure rate, that they would have replaced them or gotten rid of them at the very least. I think that at this point the main reason that they're not used as much is just because their benefits are very niche. No idea. It's not a particular craft that I exactly keep track of very much. I almost flew in a helicopter. Once. Via air care. I've never really, like, full-on gone through flying, like, as a passenger. Aside from, for TwitchCon purposes back in 2019? You know, the last time I ever went to a convention, aside from for work. "18 months of training, Jesus Christ." I don't know. I don't know if I'd be a great pilot. I'd have a lot of those fucking intrusive thoughts of, you know... I'd have to constantly fight with my intrusive thoughts to, what if I just did this interesting trick? Which, you know, is not exactly, I mean, they're... "18 months of training is also a lot of time. Oh god, I forgot about the plane in India. The one that, like, just now freaking... Wasn't it, like, before they even fully took off that it failed? Did they ever figure out what caused that? I mean, I've heard things as simple as wasp nests causing problems like that, so fuck if I know. I don't know, there's so much shit going on just this week alone that anything that's not, you know, in my immediate vicinity kind of runs off like water at this point. Yeah. There's a lot of people I know of that are just like, I think that I'll stay on the ground for the foreseeable future. I actually thought that Lost was longer. Prison Break's not a name that I've heard since I was in, like, middle school? I don't know, I had friends that were, like, really obsessed with it. They're extremely rare. The problem is there's been an uptick in them recently. I mean, the US has a shortage of people that are in it because there was... After the most recent... How do I put it? Changing of the guard? Like, there was a lot of budget cutting and a lot of layoffs in, like, flight control and whatnot. Which led to a lot of problems. I don't know if that ever got fixed. I haven't heard anyone update on that in a few months, so it may have been fixed. I don't have high hopes, because... Good lord... Everything seems to be going wrong over here. But it could have been fixed. What happened that was so wild on campus? I mean, for Christ's sake, I've heard a surprising number of weird things that have happened in people's campuses, like Mark's, Mark found like 6 different things in his ceiling, apparently, at his current campus thing. Nice. I don't have any campus stories because I didn't go to college. Not a single one of the fields that I wanted to go to college for were... Okay, so none of the fields that I'm in I felt really had any benefit to going to college, because art, the entertainment field, and also, hi Bill, how you doing tonight? IT, I guess, would have kind of had something, but I knew pretty much everything I needed and I ran my own business for that, so it's led to a problem. Because I have too much experience to get a low-level job in it now, but I don't have a degree, so they refuse to give me a high-level job. And there's also the fact that I know how much I'm worth, and they can't trick me into taking, like, minimum wage for jobs that I know are going to be more intensive than that. I mean, that's the thing, is Mark's in the military, so you'd figure that would also be very clean and well-kept, but he found 3 fucking things in his ceiling, so... I can't believe that any IT job thinks that you can get away with giving someone minimum wage for that shit. I mean, part of them is like, oh, we're a service industry, so you're going to get paid for a service thing. And it's like, yeah, I know the kinds of people that call in. I'm one of those assholes that's had to call into this shit. I'm not fucking getting paid, like, $9 an hour to get screamed at by people that don't want to fucking listen to the basic instructions and don't even know to turn their computer off. I know where my computer is. Did you flip the switch? No. Well, try flipping the switch. I know what I'm doing with my PC. 3 hours of that. Well, can you try flipping the switch now? Fine, I'll do it, because nothing else has worked. Did it turn on after you flipped the switch? Thank you, bye! Fucking bullshit. But the only field that I really kind of wanted to get into that I felt would be, you know, beneficial is marine biology. But I'm in a landlocked state, so I would have to move. There's only like 3 colleges, I think, in the US that have courses on marine biology. One's in fucking Florida, One's in California, and the third one's in Georgia? Or is it one of the Carolinas? A320. I should just leave my private browser open so I can look up the exact models on these. I like space, but given given one of the only brand how do I put this? One of the only companies that's doing space stuff has, like, I think out of the past 20 things that they've launched, gotten a single one back in one piece. I think that I'll keep my boots on the ground for a while. It's quite the spectacular sight watching it break apart in the atmosphere, though. I am pretty terrified of the ocean. Not, like, I've said this before, but I'm not terrified of the ocean because of thalassophobia for the most part. I'm afraid of it because I'm afraid that I'll get the call of the deep. And the idea that I just, in my brain, decide I'm going to swim down and then not have the cognitive ability to stop myself is terrifying. I'm not all that terrified about what's in the ocean, really. It's less terrifying than what's possibly out in space, to me. Because I at least, you know, if a shark chews my leg off, that's actually very understandable. But, like, if I have a shark that decides to bite me in half, I at least know what did that. The idea that something can stare me down with a form capable of melting my brain inside my skull is horrifying. I've petted sharks, but I haven't, you know, swam with them. I'd like to get a scuba license as well. That'd be fun. Sharks are pretty chill as long as, like, there's nothing to set them off. Like, even, like, some of the more infamous ones are normally, like, really chill. It's normally the fact that they are, you know, in hunting mode when the big horror stories happen. Also, Shark Week has turned into nothing but freaking spooky stories of the worst possible things that have happened, and people have given them a bad reputation rather than, you know, the education. Yeah, great whites aren't that bad. Bull sharks have the problem that they go up freshwater as well, so they're like double-bladed sword, I guess is the best way to put it. They're assholes, and they freaking can be... They have the highest rate of just going freshwater. That's understandable. For me, it's specific ones. Spiders I don't have a problem with in about 50% of the cases. You fucking put a, like, recluse or a funnel web or something in front of me, and I'm not fucking getting near that shit, because I know what that shit can do. You put me in a room with a wolf spider and I'm not gonna really worry all that much about it. If you mean the one that got really infamous a few years ago because the lady was literally committing animal cruelty and got banned for it, yes, I've seen that. Because she just de-hood them without actually killing them. And then freaking salt them so that they'd freaking squirm. Centipedes are like the big one as far as stuff that I don't want to mess with, because pretty much all of them are venomous. Though apparently, like, even the big African one has gotten a bad rep as far as, like, it's not actually lethal, it's just very painful. Brown recluses not really all that stand out, honestly. Actually, neither of them are, like, really stand out, aside from the funnel web is very obvious due to the sheer size of its fangs. But both of them are basically just a single matte color. Brown recluse, brown as it implies, and funnel webs are like a bluish black. That's about it. They don't have any, like, markings or anything. Funnel webs are exclusive to Australia. Obviously, you know, as expected for, like, one of the worst spiders on the planet. Recluses are exclusive to North America, I think? Played Huntsman? Is there an actual game that's just based around Huntsman spiders? Yeah, that's true. Huntsman by On the House Gaming. Short horror game inspired self-contained sections of Resident Evil. They explore small office, gather key ingredients, find a way to eliminate spider terrorizing the space, built using horror engine, modeled after GIN, modeled and animated by GIN. The problem is that, like with bees, when it comes to centipedes, you don't know that you're allergic to them until it fucking happens. I just looked up Huntsman game, so... It's apparently recently got an update. Well, 4.12. I don't think I'd ever directly touch a spider. Alright, Bill, take care. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever, like, directly touch a spider. I'll do the card and jar trick. I'm fine with that, but as far as, like, grabbing the thing, like freaking some people do, which some people are fucking insane. I've seen people, like, freehand, like, black widows. No thank you, dude. I've only had 2 things crawl on me. Stink bugs and cockroaches. And a centipede once. The centipede, oddly enough, was the only one that didn't really freaking... Like, the centipede felt like hair going across my foot. So I didn't notice until I realized that it was moving more than I expected. The other 2 felt itchy because of the little hairs on their fucking feet, and... Ugh, never. Fuck them. Burn them all. Ugh. How was that? I wish that I lived somewhere colder, honestly. Like, I freaking have a friend that lives in Australia and is complaining about the cold. I'm like, I'll fucking trade you, dude. I will trade you in a heartbeat. I would rather it be 8 degrees Fahrenheit than 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Which, the latter, it does reach here at times, and fucking hell, no thank you, dude. Because our AC went out 3 years ago now? Has it been 3 years? Yes. First year sucked, and we had the single window unit. Last year we got extra fans for the windows. And then we're partway through this year. You know, fair enough. I never really learned much on makeup as far as, like, anything at all. aside from a little bit of like basic face coverage, because when I was doing summer shows, I didn't want to have like any grease or anything on my face. So my sister had this like powder that was basically like what's the word I'm looking for? What is the like base for most makeup? What's it called? Either way, it's a basic powder, and I'd run that so that my face didn't get burned, because the show we were doing that year didn't have like wide brimmed hats. It wasn't too bad. Oddly enough, it was probably better than like some of the summers that I've had like without being able to do anything. Because the summer itself wasn't that bad, aside from 2 specific days. One was bad because it had fucking rained the entire week leading up to it. So it was muddy, we were slipping and sliding and fucking dying. Our entire backstage was just mud pit. And it was so goddamned humid. It was at a 95% humidity. There was no fucking way to cool off, because your sweat wouldn't evaporate, so you were just dying. There was nowhere to go that didn't just have the oppressive heat from the amount of water in the air. It was god awful. I will also answer that question after ad, because my guess is that you're an ad. I will take this opportunity to hit the bathroom now. Yep. I don't think that sand is really a fantastic way to freaking do anything. The best one we had, which sucks because it got solved right before we freaking broke contact with the people that did it, is we got this like trench sort of thing done and then larger rocks to go along it. So you could go across the like larger rocks that intersected with each other, but the water could just trough through there and it was fine. But to answer your question, no, I've never had an allergic reaction to makeup. Like the only major sort of, I don't know what way to put it. The only sort of major harsh type of makeup there's been is there was like this stuff that we did for like scars for one of the shows that we did, which was I think it was an alcohol base. It smelled like it. It used some sort of major chemical as a base, because obviously it had to harden and then, like, tighten up. As long as it's not bald pin. I added the ability to hairpin with bald, and that was, like, a big mistake, because I have one person that, like, obsesses over it, and I don't know fucking why. Nice ass. Sometimes. Like, personally. I have my own workout routine, but I don't have, like, a gym in the... How far is the closest gym? 45 minutes? I have no idea what my bench press is, to be honest. Actually, I guess that there... Technically, there's a gym within, like, 10 minutes. But it is hyper-private. I don't know how to translate, like, lift to press. Because I can lift 80 pounds, I think, is how much your average feedback is? I can lift 80, no problem. But I don't know how much that would translate to a bench press, because that's more of a push than a... than a lift, obviously. I have no idea how much I could squat, to be honest. Most of my squats are done without any extra weight, unless my cat happens to be on my shoulders at the time. Yeah, but she's a brat, is the thing. She'll get moody if you freaking try and put her somewhere that she doesn't want to be. And she'll get moody if she's not done with being on your shoulders and freaking X, Y, and Z. I love her to death, though. She does. The only problem I have, aside from the fact that she always wants to be wherever is the most inopportune on my desk whenever she's up here, she'll either be in front of my tablet when I need to move it to work onto art, or she'll put her ass on my keyboard and screw up whatever I'm doing. I need to fucking clean my desk. There's cat hair all the way over there. She also really likes to lie on my chest. She, on average, will be on my chest for a half hour, regardless of how hot it is. It's fine when it's 8 degrees. When it's 108, then it becomes a problem. It does, however, mean that she doesn't have to freaking, like, have her paws on my face and neck in the, 108 degrees. Because she always has to have the pad of her paw touching open skin whenever she's doing that. I don't know what 46 translates to. $114? Yeah. I think we've hit 118 here before, but like, I normally label 108 as our highest, simply for the fact that that's the only one that I've got confirmed visual of it existing. Turkey's in an area that does, yeah, dry heat. I can understand that. I probably still wouldn't like it because I just don't like the heat, but at least I wouldn't be sticky and nasty. I've only burned due to water. I don't really burn if I'm just out and about, but if I've got like water that's reflecting it back onto me and doubling up, then I'll freaking like instantly move from tanning normal all the way over to blisters. I was in Florida like way back when, and I learned the hard way as to how bad that shit can get. And that was only being out and about, like, I'm guessing the problems never got solved with the Blue Twitch stuff, so just decided to close it up. Or just a personal decision to close it up. I was actually thinking of streaming over there. And then PC stuff didn't come in, so that got put on hold. Solved in a weird way? Handcuff things? What the fuck? I thought the Blue Twitch had, like, more lenient rules. I thought that it was, their primary rival that tended to get really, no pun intended, really anal about that shit. Yeah, I guess that someone that, like, is higher up must have gotten really pissed about you freaking succeeding or something. And asked one of the admins to, you know, find some sort of way of phrasing the rule in order to give you shit. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen that kind of thing happen. Granted, it's normally Purple Twitch that shit happens on. I wonder if Tectone... Because Tectone... It's been a week since Tectone said that he was probably going to be banned within the week. Or that he's actually got told that he was going to get banned within the week. Well, the page is loading, it seems, so he's... Yeah, he still exists. I'm surprised. Normally Twitch doesn't exactly lie when they say that they're gonna fuck you over. %40 of the income. That sounds about right for those. There's the fucking... the more well-known of the two. I guess is the best way to put it. Fucking does like 55% or something like that. Fucking the CEO of it has like 6 yachts or something like that, and then is just telling the top 3% to constantly go, hey, advertise, tell them that you bought this new item with the money that you got from us. I need myself a new set of golf clubs. So fucking predatory, dude. It's the reason why Blue Twitch tends to do a little bit better in regards to that, is because freaking... the other one tends to be fucking... I mean, that, and they also allow, you know, artists and whatnot to actually do shit on there instead of... Orange YouTube. I don't know much about the back end of Orange YouTube. The only thing I know about Orange YouTube is the fact that like 90% of it is 90% of the videos are sponsored by some sort of fucked up gambling site or something like that. Which, you know, is fucking fantastic. You know, I love getting an ad that takes up 90% of the screen to tell me to fucking go play online slots and get scammed. Granted, I don't really, I don't engage with real-life stuff all that much. As an artist, I freaking enjoy also being a connoisseur of the art stuff. Wait, what? Did my API break? Let me manually do that. Let me, Am I still connected to Twitch then? Yes. The Twitch API changed, so I'm no longer connected via VTube. Unable to connect? Go fuck yourself, dude? Successfully. Give me one moment. I'm going to go unbald for a second if this works, and then I'll rebald. No? Hello? Log in and activate. Chat client connected. If I do this. Okay, that does work. Okay, fix the API. That was annoying. That might have happened when Twitch completely went down the other day. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? I know that like 3 different people that I follow had to cancel their streams because Twitch was just down. Really? Why is this played every time in the cockpit? I mean, I guess I could understand, like, military-wise, if you were, like, doing military stuff. But, like... Because I know that there's ARMA players that will, like, play music over the radio and shit. And this is one of the big ones. Obviously Flight of the Valkyries, because nobody in ARMA is original when they're transporting people in a chopper, even when we're in 2024. And not in fucking Prairie Fire. We have fucking Prairie Fire, and you're still playing Flight of the Valkyries, just transporting us to our objective. Also, shout out to that one dude that said that he was going to report me to the fucking admins because I wouldn't go into the middle of a crossroads, out in the open, under fire, in order to save him, while he was in the middle of a fucking bombardment. Yeah, okay, both of us are gonna die if I go out there, dickhead. Maybe, if you actually went to cover and didn't call fucking howitzers on yourself, you'd still be standing. I don't care if you're my fucking sergeant. I don't even think he was a sergeant. He was freaking squad lead, though. He wasn't even my squad lead. He was like Alpha Squad. I was like freaking Delta or something like that for that thing. I don't think I've messed much with the helis in Arma itself. I did get pretty good at the DayZ helis, which I think used the same thing. I don't do aircraft very much because it's much better with a flight stick. I also just plain like, doing boots on the ground stuff. I like to play medic a lot. Is console rust multiple updates behind PC rust? I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. I thought that miniguns have been in Rust for a bit. Or are they very recent? Are they more recent than I thought? I thought they came out... When did miniguns get added? Nerf buff bounce... Because it was with the jungle update? Jungle biome. Oh, you mean the mini heli. Okay. I thought you meant the mini guns. I was like, huh? Are there new monuments? I know that there's the jungle biome just got added like last month or something like that, or 2 months ago. May 1st. Okay, the last month. I forgot that there's a 40K Rust edition coming in. I haven't played Rust in 3 years, so my knowledge of what's in it is a little off. Because most of what I'd probably be doing currently, unless Park invited me to it, which Park hasn't played it either in a while, I don't think. I forgot that Park's got borderline porn as his background. Yeah, Noah was playing that last night. I didn't even know that there was a new one. I figured that the storyline was, like, done. It kind of gave me, what's the game called? My Friendly Neighborhood or whatever? The one with the puppets? It kind of gave me vibes of that from what little I saw. But swap out its Resident Evil DNA for Amnesia Blood. I didn't see really any clowns aside from the one throwing booth. A twerking video? I mean, considering I don't really do any IRL stuff, enough for me to get full body tracking is the answer. I do have a 3D model, so it could be theoretically done. I also don't know, like, how well my 3D model is oriented for full body tracking. 300's for a headset and controllers. I would at the very least need a tracker for my hips, which is a single extra tracker on, like, 12K, I think might be a bit more than notably more than I need. How much is full body tracking, like, on average? Because I'd probably use something like slime or something. If I were to go for, like, the expensive shit and go for the Vive set, that's 600 on top of the 300, so 900. But I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know why I mean, I know why. The fans mean that my audio thing is a bit off from what I intended. It means that the base level of audio is higher already, and then on top of that we get the audio from my keyboard. So my noise gate doesn't cooperate as well. I mean, I need new PC. I need new PC first, which is currently, hopefully still in North Carolina. Hopefully hasn't been scattered to the four winds because it got scrapped and then sold on Amazon to 16 different people. I used to get nosebleeds a lot too. If you have very dry air, that's part of it. I also due to, like, potassium levels. Potassium and dry air are the two big ones that used to get me. It's possible. My big thing was that I had very thin blood vessels in my nose. I was also very stressed at the time, so my blood pressure was just constantly high. That definitely didn't help. I don't remember what actually wound up stopping it from being such a big problem, to be honest. Because I never got any, like, surgery for it. I know that my uncle used to get a lot of nosebleeds to the point where he had to get his blood vessels to his nose cauterized completely. I don't know if I've ever gotten a full body scan. I know that I got a brain scan due to some left side paralysis I had around the same time. I don't think that there was any actual conclusive thing for that. We did find out that my uncle had a similar thing happen where he became temporarily paralyzed due to stress. It only took my grandmother until, you know, the day before I was leaving to mention that. I think I catch your drift. My current stressor is, you know, the whole PC thing. Just because freaking... I mean, I outright had, I'm always a fan of drifting. But I had, how do I put this? It wasn't exactly a panic attack, but when we raided in back on Monday? No. Thursday. I was apparently a full minute behind, so I didn't actually get to interact at all with the person that I raided into. And then by the time it caught up, I got an ad, and then fucking... I don't know. I had a just pit open up in my chest as a result of that, and I was so fucking stressed as a result of that. That's when I mentioned it on Blue Sky, I think. About how, like, freaking, if there's anything that's going to, like, fucking kill my motivation on streaming, it's just this. Just my fucking PC being in the state that it is at this point. I mean, the thing is that, like, when it comes to outright, gooning it, freaking... It's a long-term thing, and I don't really... I have so much stuff that I'm trying to do at the same time, like... I mean, currently I have... 3 art things? So I try and, you know... solve stress and then get back to work, or solve distraction and then get back to work. What I really want to work on, I mean, what I want to work on is going to be like a combination kind of piece currently. And I also kind of have a commission inbound. I don't know. Frosty never followed up on the commission talk is the problem. Because we got distracted talking about people being stupid. It's a good stress relief. Oh, yeah. I know about that because of one artist that I follow. Talks about it constantly. And I don't know how much more I'm gonna watch of his, because he's been doing a lot of repeat videos. Well, the wrist actually only protrudes this much because of the bone twisting when it goes this. The ankles go this because the ankles cup around these two bones in the foot. The chest actually is all one solid piece. I'm sorry that you didn't know this, despite the fact that it's obvious, because of the rib cage, and all the movement goes into the spine. It's like, okay, I get it. You've redone these. I think it's called a pigeon chest or something like that. One of the plates in my chest, in my ribcage, is higher than the other side. I forget which side it is. Let me see. Can I still feel it? The right side is higher than the left side. I thought that it was at the, like, center plate that freaking meets in the middle. But it's apparently about 2 inches to the right. I knew someone that had a similar thing where it was like right in the diaphragm, and it basically caved inward, like to the point where it was very concerning. It didn't leave any health effects as far as anyone could tell, even medical people, but like it definitely concerned people when they first ever saw it. I mean, he was still able to, you know, do shows and shit with us as much as... Is it considered shows? Eh, we were performing for people, so I guess. They were reenactments rather than shows back then. We were doing it voluntarily rather than as getting paid. I had one person that I did soccer with back in high school? Was it high school? Middle school. I think it was middle school. But he weighed like... He was like 5'9". He was just barely shorter than me. And he weighed like 70 pounds. And you could see his spine through his stomach. It was actual insanity. He was fully functional. He wasn't like anorexic. It was just a thing that he could do if he like sucked in his stomach. You could just see there. It's like weird. Neat party trick, I guess. The lightest I've ever been, I believe, is 117. Back in high school. I think that was it. It was either 117 or 112. It was somewhere in that 5 pound range. Interesting. I've only known that veins and whatnot are visible through the breast area. And obviously sometimes the arms, depending on the complexion of the person. Like, I'm pale as fuck, so you can see the entirety of my freaking arm veins. Which is really amazing that they still fucking missed once. That fucking hurt, dude. I gotcha. I could only imagine how rough it'd be if my skin was thin. Because I already have issues with, like, epilation and whatnot, where my freaking skin will sometimes just have, like, tears and whatnot as a result of it. And that's not even to mention freaking, like, doing shows, like, getting tagged with a freaking sword, even if they're blunt, thin skin, even normal skin, freaking shit hurts. Because them beating against each other so often, there's nicks and shit all over them. Which is another reason why it was really annoying whenever, fucking stupid kids would go, oh, is this sharp, as they're running their finger along it, because A, if it was sharp, congratulations, you just lost a finger. B, it still is going to fucking hurt, because the number of freaking steel burrs and whatnot on the edge of it, because of, you know, chipped metal, is still gonna fucking hurt. And cut into you, possibly, depending on the way that the burr is. Or freaking just yank the skin open. If they're facing the opposite direction that you wind up running your finger. Congratulations, dumbass. I wish I was that lucky. I have to keep up on epilation, otherwise my freaking torso just becomes a pain and a half, and it's like I never fucking epilated, as far as the pain tolerance I have. If I don't do it for too long. I had that problem, 3 weeks ago? How many weeks ago was that? I've been meaning to get an IPL for that. Like, my legs, namely like the inner thigh and whatnot, are just not having a good time when I epilate, but I try and keep up with that anyway. And then, like, just sensitive areas in general. Joint areas are really bad about that, even like inner arms and whatnot. Rush on me, gang? What? There is a spot on my monitor It makes me think that my art is wrong on my model. That's annoying. I appreciate it. I try my best as far as, like, talking. Sometimes I just have nothing, like, brain-wise. My brain just goops out and just... I'd say it falls out of my ears, but... I mean, I don't have ears. Like, the other day, I just fucking had nothing. My brain just completely left me. And I only really wound up streaming more than 2 hours because right as I was ending, Chaos showed up and started asking questions and whatnot. It was really fucking funny. And then Eric showed up and asked, or tried saying stuff that was just blatantly wrong. I only know an extensive amount about 2 spiders. One because I learned about it extensively after my grandfather's incident, and the other one because there is a Australian dude that does YouTube shorts who talked about them. And that Australian dude does a lot of other videos and is fantastic. Yeah, I haven't watched him in a while, but I do know him. He actually did mention, the Australian dude that I was talking about, mentioned him in regards to Tarantula Hawk Wasp? I think that was the video? It is a species of wasp that apparently is native to Australia. I thought it was Arizona, because it's what the Cazador is based off of in Fallout New Vegas. But it's a wasp that, as the name implies, hunts down different species of spiders, but primarily tarantulas. And then kills them and eats them. Among other things that it's a bit more fucked up, but... You know, fair enough. I do find it a little funny, though. There was a video that was going around of Zen getting a Zen reaction because she had a tarantula that apparently was climbing across her. So, since she does full body tracking, the video just suddenly has her freaking out and writhing and rolling around on the ground, freaking out because she had the fucking tarantula on her. Oh yeah, I mean, fuck. I don't want to have a tarantula crawling across me. Like I said, I don't have, like, a fear of spiders. However, I don't want them touching me. They're chill. They can chill around wherever. And I'd rather them chill outside, but I can deal with certain species chilling around if they're, like, keeping the spiders, or not spiders, but keeping the flies at bay, or the mosquitoes at bay, or the ants at bay. But don't touch me. Touching me is how you get turned into a bunch of little spider bits. And probably lit on fire, or pasted, or covered in some sort of highly noxious chemical if you're in an area that I have access to whatever fucking cleaning product I have. Don't touch me. You can chill wherever. Just don't touch me. I have a apprehension for the spray can lighter method. Anything outside of video games, just because of a video that I fucking saw as a kid, and I'm almost certain that it was like fake. Like the entire story, I'm pretty sure was fake because that was the era of we're going to say that these are real, but they're fucking fake. You know, like as an extreme example, fucking 1,000 Ways to Die, where they're just like, let's figure out how many Final Destination-style deaths we can come up with, and say that people actually died this way, and bring in totally real professionals to say that this is how they died as a result of it. Fucking Spike and whatnot. I do remember Vine. I didn't ever really use it, but I do remember it. I mostly saw compilations on YouTube. There was some magic show that someone was watching the other day that was really fucking impressive, and I don't remember exactly what it was. Like, not a full-on show, but like a single bit. It was like a, I don't know, 2-minute clip or something like that. It was fucking impressive, though. I don't even know what my Instagram information is anymore. Because I wound up stopping using Instagram some years ago. I've popped it onto it a few times since for, like, recommendations from other people. But I don't even have it on my phone anymore because art thievery was really rampant shortly after I made the account, and I wound up kind of not uploading because of it, because I didn't want people to just fucking steal my stuff and then Be like, I totally did this. I'm not going to credit the person that actually did it. And then getting like 20 million fucking likes or something like that. Exaggeration. It was normally like hundreds of thousands though, so. Not of my art, but like people that I saw that it would happen. Oh, ad break. I will be right back. I do have to pee and get a refill my drink. Sukuna? A lot of Sukunas. Unless you're talking about self-cest. I don't remember which one of these is the working sound test earbud. I need to freaking hunt down my other earbuds so that I can actually... Well, sound test. Or, like, sound... sound test, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know, I need a better set of earbuds or something. I don't know where all mine went. I had like 3 pairs. What do we got here? Skip. Reshuffle. Sure. That's what it was. Tangled up. Are we still tangled? One moment. No, we're good. Okay. I can't believe I wound up yapping for 2.5 hours? 2 hours? 2 hours, 10 minutes? Without freaking actually discussing the primary things that I freaking was referring to as, Let me just clear these. But Jesus Christ, There's been a lot going on over the past few weeks, honestly. I don't know why I'm even freaking referring to, you know, just the few things that I was originally referring to. But some people are just unhinged anymore, dude. Freaking guilt by association shit on stuff that isn't even a problem, and I don't know how the heck we wind up getting to the point we are. Like, I check on people as I'm like, oh, I wonder how they're doing, and then they've, like, retweeted or re-freaking skeeted or re-fucking posted or fucking XYZ. Like, oh, hey, here's a list of people that you shouldn't associate with or even watch, or you should wind up, you know, saying, or, I don't know, fucking... What's the worst thing we can... tying puppies and fucking children both to rockets and firing those rockets into the sun. And then the list is made singular joke I didn't agree with. Played game I don't agree with. Happened to talk about topical thing when they talk about topical things. Didn't stop their stream to give the entire viewing audience a 6-hour lecture on why person that rated them is awful and stinky and a bad person and a fucking And it's like, dude, we're entertainers. We don't need to, like, unless the person comes into the stream going, oh, I can't believe that you're playing, fucking what's a divisive game? I don't know, we'll go with like Black Myth Wukong or something from like however many months ago. Unless they come in going, oh, I can't believe you're playing fucking Black Myth, blah blah blah. Unless they're out actively being a shitter, in which case, you just fucking ban them. But unless you wind up having that happen, I don't see any reason to stop stream while you're playing a video game. Like if I'm just yapping about, I don't know, if I'm sitting here doing a Syncope lore video and like in the middle of talking about how like the Crystal Singers Guild kept secrecy during the enlightened era of Syncope's story, or the enlightening era, not enlightened, and how they slowly started to actually bring awareness to the actual nature of the living crystals throughout that era, and then someone comes in and say, I don't know, someone raids me and it turns out that they're fucking, I don't know, what's something that I heavily disagree with? Turns out that they do AI art or something and I don't know about it. And then suddenly someone comes along because I say, hey, thanks for the raid, fucking, I don't know, what's a generic name? XX Zombie Slayer 32 XX. You know, freaking let's go, because they are using their old Xbox Live account and it auto made them a Twitch or something when they started streaming from it. And then they come in and they're like, I'm like, hey, thanks for the raid, Zombie Slayer. How was stream? What were you doing? They're like, oh, I was doing some COD Zombies. It was great. And I'm like, that's cool. How is the new Zombies? I've heard some mixed things. Some people don't like the new movement. Some people like the new movement. How is it? And I'm obviously being cordial because they raided into me and whatnot. And then, like, suddenly I've got, like, a person that's put me on a list of why I need to be canceled because I didn't, by my third eye that I keep hidden at all times, but is constantly open, didn't magically know that Zombie Slayer 32 was actually an AI prompter, and now I'm bad because I didn't stop my stream talking about Crystal Singers and Syncope lore to psychically know that they're someone I disagree with. Because I'm a psychic. I mean, the examples that they gave are like normally like more openly known people and whatnot, like bigger people, but not everyone knows everyone. Even some of my mutuals don't know me personally. I interact with them and we're like on friendly-ish terms, but like, I don't know, fucking, let's go pick a Bunnicula. Like, we interact with each other on Blue Sky occasionally, but she doesn't know that I'm like She doesn't know my entire freaking story. She doesn't know, like, oh, yeah, I did fucking... Let's go with an example of something that happened, like, before we ever met. She doesn't know that, like, 3 years ago, my mom passed away, and that I did, like, 2 subathons close to each other, because one was originally for her medical treatment, and then the other one was for funeral costs as a result of not having actually succeeded at, like, it wasn't the subathon's fault that happened. That's a long story that's not related to this, but, like, I don't expect people that I met after those events to know that happened. Like, okay, yeah, maybe if we talk long enough, like, maybe it'll come up at some point that, yeah, I only have, like, my father, my sister, and my brother in my immediate family left. Like, yeah, okay, it might come up at some point. Just, you know, because that's how some people wind up talking sometimes. I don't expect them to know. Just because someone's large does not mean that everyone knows them immediately. Like, since it comes up like once a week apparently anymore. Like, the Cinder drama. People were, like, very big fans of people involved with it and openly stated, I didn't know who the fuck Cinder was until this drama happened. Cinder's, like, one of the largest VTubers. Was, I guess, operatively. More. But, like... not everyone knew her. Like, it's like expecting everyone to know who, like, I don't know, Mouse is. Not everyone knows who Mouse is. Why do you think that people that, like, aren't way up there are going to magically know who everyone is? You can't just condemn someone who did the usual cordial, thanks for the raid kind of thing as a terrible person just because you don't agree with the person that raided them. It's basic human decency, dude. Acting like they need to be, like, ostracized and freaking... I don't know, we might need to keep an eye on her just because she got raided by this person, you know, a smaller streamer raiding a larger streamer? I don't know. Seems like they must be very close friends if they raided into them, like... I raid into people that I'm mutuals with, but I'm not I wouldn't exactly say that, like... I don't know, I'm mutuals with Fleshy on certain things. I don't think that me raiding into her immediately makes us good friends. We're friendly toward each other. Or, like, even... like, people that I've raided into like, that I'm not mutuals with at all. Does not mean that we're friends. Or people that have raided into me. Like, I've raided into fucking... I've raided into Tricky before. While I was doing RimWorlds. That does not mean I'm friends with Tricky. I'm way here. She's way here. We passingly know each other exist. Well, okay, I obviously, like, follow her and am a fan of her content. But, like, she passingly knows I exist. I've raided her once. She knows that I exist because I've done art of her before. We're not friends. Just because I raided into her does not mean that I'm her friend. Just because this person that you don't like raided into this other person that is a big streamer does not mean that they're friends. Does not mean that you have to immediately say that they're a bad person. If you don't like the person just because of X, Y, or Z, that's fine. You don't have to like everyone that's up there. You don't have to be a fan of everyone just because you're in the same sphere. But you can't be freaking judge, jury, and executioner about it. Especially when you 5 minutes later say that you don't want to be classified as part of the sphere. You can't say that I am... Oh shit. Discord fixed the problem of streamer mode not automatically activating? The first I've realized that my freaking purple dot's going. Sorry, I freaking got a little distracted on that. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why people are like so up in arms about certain things and whatnot, and like you don't have to like everyone. You don't have to be liked by everyone. But condemning every single person that has ever had even a passing interaction with another person because the person that they interacted with, no matter how passing, makes you look insane. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Let's see here. Nope, that's not Swamped. It's... which version is this? No. Yes, we'll go with this. But yeah, I don't know. I just saw that and I was like, this is fucking insane. Because they went on like a whole ass tirade, and like people in the comments and whatnot were on whole ass tirades about like, oh, X, Y, and Z person also should be added to this list because fucking they happened to collab once, or fucking they raided them once, or God, the most insane one was, well, I think that we should just classify all of the ones that are bigger than X size as bad actors until they prove themselves innocent. I'm sorry, like, did we forget that there's like a innocent until proven guilty? Did we forget that everyone unanimously in the world has basically agreed that guilty until proven innocent is a flawed practice because you can't prove an absence of something. Or you I don't know how the exact phrasing is, but it's like the burden of proof is on people that are saying something exists. Like, people saying that Bigfoot exists, the burden of proof is on them to prove Bigfoot exists. Because what proof is there of a non-existence? The fact that it's not there, I guess, is your proof, but then an absence of proof is not proof. So it's a circular logic that winds up just leading to problems. And I don't understand it, like, at all. As to how we don't, like, spend 2 seconds to think about the logistics of that, I guess. Oh, that does bring me back to something that I wanted to mention when we were originally talking about the Coyote Peterson stuff. Shout out to that incident where, like, he fucking... And by the way, like, at the time, he was, like, this big biology person and, like, viewed by most of YouTube and whatnot as, like, this individual that is, like, the nature person and has, like, facts. He does crazy stuff, but he does, like, factual stuff. And then he, like, faked this, I found proof of Bigfoot, and then I got stopped at the border of fucking Canada or something, and they confiscated it, blah, blah, blah. Like... And a lot of people just gave up on freaking, like, half of his credibility because he just decided to throw it to the wind? Like, what? I have one of the most subscribed nature channels on YouTube. What's the first thing I should do? I know! Let me fucking... Interesting. I'm used to that, like, clearing... this. Like, automatically. But, like, I know a lot of people... I don't think that he, like, just, like, died as far as his following goes. I haven't heard about him for a while, but I also, like, obviously am not in spheres that he affects. But I know that a lot of people were just like, oh, I'm actually genuinely disappointed that you've decided to just throw away, like, half your credibility for a Bigfoot stunt. Just casually. Because, you know, when I think about... I guess that he's not even the biggest incident of that. Like, shout out to going all the way back to near the beginning of stream with talking about Shark Week and their freaking sensationalized shit. Fucking Megalodon. And there was a sequel to the Megalodon special too, wasn't there? That, like, dropped fucking Discoveries. Was it Discovery? Discovery. Their credibility by, like, a nosedive worth. And fucking tarnished the reputation of Shark Week for ages. And, like, they had the same thing with the Mermaids, which also got a sequel. I don't know if those are free, like, not free use. What's the word I'm looking for? Public, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if they're free to, like, just watch, is the thing that I'm looking for. Because I think it would be very funny to, like, watch through those. They're definitely in that realm of there's no real way to access them. The problem is that they're copyrighted material still, and I don't know... I don't know where the legality on that stands. Because copyright lasts like 70 years. After the death of the creator. So... like... what do we even do in that regard? No. One moment, let me find myself a... no. Yeah, we'll go here. But, like, there's that, there's Future is Wild, there's frickin'... Oops. Didn't mean to be that. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't know how you freaking just throw your credibility out the window like that if you're, like, doing nature shit. And I don't know, like, how you just mark an entire freaking group as just, well, let's put it bluntly, they're marking them as undesirable, freaking just because they don't spend every waking moment freaking, I don't know, chanting the Soldier's Creed into a dark lit tunnel filled with a million screaming bats, and then drinking the fluid of a light stick. I don't know. I'm trying to freaking think of the most insane fucking ritual I can or something like that. The fact is that some people are so dead set on some of their stuff that I don't know what they want. But they are acting like their line of logic is the most reasonable thing ever, right? It's like an artist that I used to follow, right? Who would constantly complain about how she was really, really upset about the fact that people wouldn't let her forget about, like, one piece of art that she did when she was, like, 16. But then would condemn another artist because they were bigger than her for the exact same goddamn thing. It's like, oh, they drew the lewd stuff when they were 17 and a half. Why are they allowed to be in our community when they're 21 now? No, please don't remind me of the fact that I drew lewd stuff when I was 16. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You can't go throwing stones at them when they're on the other side of the glass wall of your house. You're living in the same house, for fuck's sake. I don't know, dude. Or, God forbid, like, the specific topic that we were talking about originally. Throwing stones around in that glass house, and then saying that you're leaving that house afterward. Sorry! I'm sorry we destroyed all the walls that were in this house, but we're leaving anyway, so, I guess it's your problem now. We're still gonna make fun of you for having broken walls, though. Bye! Why? Why? I genuinely just want to, I just want answers. Why are you people like this? It's not all bad, though, like... Oddly enough, Twitter's where I freaking have wound up finding, like, better connections recently. Like, I'm only mutuals with some of them, and, like... I'm still in that state where I don't want to, like, reach out for, like, hey, do you want to collab? You want to, like... play X, Y, or Z or whatnot, because I don't know if my computer can handle, like, half of the stuff that we'd play or whatever. But, like... I've made a few mutuals on Twitter as of recent. It's really fucking weird though. Like, but they'll be like, "Hey, anyone wanna be mutual/friends?" I'm like, "Hey, that sounds like a neat thing. I like your design. I'll freaking follow you. If you don't follow me, whatever. I'll still freaking support your shit." And then like they'll follow me back, and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's cool." Like maybe I'll make art of them at some point because I do like their design. Or like recently, someone got like a lot of flack because they're relatively new. They've only been streaming for like a year, and someone got really pissed because I guess that they've been streaming for 5 years or something. Because they got really defensive about like oh, there's so many streamers that have been going for 5 years. Why do you think that you deserve to have a partner push when you've only been streaming for 6 months? Blah blah blah. I think that they've been streaming for over a year. Like the person that was getting a lot of flack, and I'm like, what the fuck's it matter? If people like their content, then why should they not, see if they can hit partner? A lot of people want to hit partner. Some people don't want to hit partner. I have friends that have more than hit the requirements for affiliate, and they're still not affiliate. The most common one that I know of is Noah. Who averages around like 20 to 40 CCV. And he has not even applied for affiliate as far as I know. I don't know if... I'm assuming it's out of choice. Because I'm almost dead certain that he'd, get it. I really want to find some music that's not gone over 600 times. Okay, I guess we're jumping into the Noomi segment. But like, I'm kind of in that demographic, right? I haven't quite been streaming for 5 years. I've technically been streaming for over 5 years. My first ever stream was in 2016. I streamed fucking twice a year due to my internet being garbage until 2021. And I finally got decent internet in 2021. And I streamed semi-frequently. I reached affiliate like in 2 months after that. Right? And I would like just occasionally stream. I'd find a game that I wanted to do, run through it, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't like intense on it. Or going like every day or anything. I'd stream for like, I don't know. I'd go ham on a game and then fade away into working on whatever else for fucking 2 weeks or something like that, and then fucking come back and whatnot. And sure, like, we count 2014 as like, or not 2014, 2021 as like when I quote unquote started streaming. If we want to go as far as when I started more regularly streaming. But I still focused more on, like, YouTube at the time. And we wound up going through, like, that. And then in when did I start? When did I become a VTuber? 2022? See here, it was 2 years. So we have this model, which is a year old. the model before was 2 years old when I did it, which puts us at 3 years. So yeah, like 2022, I go and become a VTuber. And then I kind of started doing more like streaming, mostly daily stuff. That's kind of it. That's kind of where I guess I would classify myself as like properly streaming seriously. So 3 years of that. Still, the point of the matter is that, like, this dude's complaining. It's like, oh, the people have been streaming for 5+ years, haven't been able to freaking hit partner. Why do you think you deserve a partner push at, like, fucking a year and a half, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Congratulations. Hey, look, person that's getting talked down to by this rando on freaking Twitter. I'm also in that demographic of people that have done 5+ years, technically. I think that they should shove off. I think you should do only one thing that they agreed with. You can keep on dreaming. And then fucking do it. If they're gonna be bitter, they can be bitter. Maybe if they spent as much time working on their content as they do on bitching at people for actually getting themselves a community that loves and appreciates them enough for them to be able to do a partner push, maybe they'd actually be able to do a partner push by now. You go for that partner push. I followed them, and I followed them on Twitch. And when they start doing partner push stuff, I'll probably wind up supporting them. As long as they're not doing something that I specifically don't want to raid into, I'll probably freaking toss them a couple raids. I checked their schedule. They stream at a point where I would be able to raid into them. I'll fucking support them. Fuck it. It doesn't take, like, it doesn't take too much to freaking just not be a dick. And it's much less stressful. And you get more friends out of it. Surprise, surprise. I mean, for Christ's sake, if people wanted to constantly hear doom and gloom, they'd, you know, turn on the news. Look at whatever their preferred website's news category is. Look at the front page of YouTube, which is constantly flooding currently with whatever the current drama is. Go to Twitter and scroll through the trending tabs, which is like fucking whatever catastrophe is currently going on. But, you know, they're not. They're, you know, following people like me. Following these people that are just kind of doing their own thing. They're following streamers because they want to, you know, chill and enjoy the personality of whoever they're watching. Can't we just, you know, chill the fuck out for 10 seconds? Even if you don't know them, just give them like a little like, ah, hey, congrats on the fucking, I don't know, 2,000 followers. Hey, congrats on having your kid. Hey, congrats on the marriage to your significant other. You know, congrats on reaching partner. If they're excited about it, just let them be excited about it, dude. Them reaching partner does not mean that you can't reach partner. It's not a select amount of slots. This isn't like a freaking situation where, I'm sorry, there's only 6 partner slots on the entire site. You're gonna have to wait until someone leaves in order to take another one. It's not how that works. there are probably a fucking 100 or so people that reach partner or YouTube partner like any given day. People just kind of may end, and there might be like a net of X number, but the net is probably going up. You don't have to spend 30 hours yelling at people on Twitter about the fact that they achieved something. If you don't like the fact that they've done it, just block and move on, dude. Like, sure, people freaking come in here and don't like the content that I do. They don't like the games I play. Maybe don't like my voice. Maybe don't like my design. XYZ. I don't care. I mean, it would be nice to freaking reach X, Y, and Z goals, but, like, I'm not gonna say, oh, they don't like me, I guess that I need to just give up and start yelling at fucking, I don't know. Who's someone that I'm friendly with that has a similar freaking, I don't know. Time for me to do a hate campaign on Fleshy. Because clearly a person that plays video games and does art, clearly taking my fans away from me. Yeah, I can't believe that Juniper is taking all my followers from the non-human legs companionship. Doing art and doing games that I would want to play. No! Fuck off, dude. And if you interact positively with them, maybe people will actually recognize, hey, this person's kind of chill. Wonder if they do anything. They pop in, realize what kind of stuff you do. Hey, maybe you're kind of chill. Maybe you're kind of funny. And then they drop a follow. And they come back because you're actually, doing some neat stuff. Maybe they like your art style. Maybe they like your model. Maybe they like the things you talk about. Because you have some of the same interests, You talk about Warhammer. People that like Warhammer stick around and actually, interact and whatnot. Maybe you like, military simulators. People that like military simulators come back and look around and be like, hey, you checked out, the new Arma update? Yeah, it's kind of neat, huh? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I genuinely don't understand how people can have this sheer amount of energy to, A, just constantly freaking interact with the amount of drama that goes on, but B, try starting it themselves, dude. Like, I don't know. Like I said when some of the stuff was going on, 2 months ago, I kept an eye on one singular drama. Because I knew some of the people that were actually directly affected by it. Tangentially. And I was worn out by the end of that week. I got force-fed drama the following week because a lot of the people that I follow, past tense, also wanted to constantly talk about it. That was fucking exhausting. I can only imagine how exhausting it is to start your own drama constantly. But oh well. I'll let them do their own thing, whatever. And then I'll support people around. And those people, you know, be friendly to me back, and I'll have myself a nice little web of friendly people, and it'll be nice. Because I've kind of wanted to, like I've been mentioning, if it weren't for the fact that PC is in the state that it's in, I'd like to be able to do more collabs with people. And even with PC being in the state that it's in, I do want to, like, expand my, like, horizons as far as, like, people that I can interact with and whatnot. You know, shoot my shot out there, see if people want to become mutuals or, like, potentially friends and whatnot. And sometimes it works, sometimes they're, you know, very selective as to who they follow and don't follow back, but I'm like, whatever, I like your design. And I like the art that gets made of you, so it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it's a net neutral. And sometimes it's a steady uptick. And that's fine. I've seen what, like, rapid acceleration does at times, and I don't know. Where I'd like to, you know, make X amount, or have Y goal complete, or what have you, I'd kind of rather have my nice little freaking niche that I can fill and chill and not have to worry about people like, I don't know, trying to, fuck, what's the weirdest thing that I can think of? I don't know. Impersonate me in order to say weird things or something, like some artists unfortunately have to deal with, or VTubers have to deal with. Like, you know, just chill. Just be able to enjoy my little corner of the internet, occasionally reach out, and, you know, have a couple interactions here and there with people that I like the content of, and, you know, get that nice little feeling in my chest when I get like, hey, thanks for the raid, Nasu. Or, hey, I appreciate the art that you gave. Like one of my favorite interactions is in September. And it's sort of a similar thing that what I used to have, like, and I hope that Coat's fine and whatnot, because they just kind of disappeared, but I used to have a singular follower on Twitter who just up and disappeared one day. But no matter how I felt the quality of my art was, every single time, they would leave a like and retweet it. Sometimes, they would leave a comment on it. And no matter how poorly it did, because I'm not a big person on Twitter. Even now, I'm only at like 200 followers or something like that. I don't really I don't play the game as well as I probably should. I don't follow trends as easily. I don't freaking... I post a lot of my own character rather than any, like, established character, blah, blah, blah. But it's something that I've really enjoyed. And I hope that they're doing fine, because they just up and disappeared one day, and I don't know, I haven't been able to find them again. Trying to recheck via reverse image searching their art or whatnot, and they're just gone. It's like one of Totless's artists. I really like the work that they did, but they just disappeared. And I hope that they're doing good, but I really wish that I could see their art again. Or their characters or whatnot. And... back to the original thing. Every September. September 9th I do Cherno Day. I draw Cherno, and I upload Cherno, and the owner of the Cherno Museum in Japan will like it and retweet it. And even if not a single other person does, which it's Cherno Day, of course there's going to be others, but like, that's the one I look forward to. Because it's kind of like, and everything is like right in the world, as long as this one thing happens, there's a hint of stability no matter what I'm going through. I draw Dia for her birthday. Dia retweets it. Dia likes it, even if not a single other person does. Everything's normal. Everything continues on. And it brings me some kind of solace. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but like these like little markers that I just in my brain are like to use as a sort of like anchor point of, and everything's fine. Regardless of what else is going on, this single thing happened as it's in my brain supposed to. Everything's fine. The world could be on actual fire as the sun starts to implode. Explode? Would it implode or explode? Either way, if one of these things happens to happen in those last few days of the planet, and I drew Cherno Museum retweets Cherno, and then the next day the sun goes supernova and we're all gone, because for some reason we're 6.8 billion years in the future and this is happening. Everything's fine. Either way, I really have to pee, and I need to get a refill of my drink. So I'll be back. I ain't gonna freaking lie though. I do have that, like, little bit of fly on the wall kind of habit in my brain. I get curious about stuff, and I gotta freaking observe stuff. Sometimes it's a little, fun to do. I'm starting the song over because I really like it. One moment, I need to... Alright. Swapped out my freaking shirt for my hoodie. It's just at that right temperature where it's too cold that the fan is getting my freaking getting me too cold, but at the same time it's also too hot that if I freaking put the hoodie over top of my freaking shirt, then I'm going to die. That being said, where was I? Oh yeah, I like to be a bit of a fly on the wall, like, for that shit. I'm no stranger to be just freaking wanting to be nosy and whatnot. Like, obviously I've been keeping track of certain things that have been going on IRL and whatnot, but I just don't like to really, you know, I don't want to really constantly talk about them on stream, because those that care are already probably keeping track of it, and those that don't want to freaking pay attention to it are not really. Not looking for people to yap about it all the time. I know people that are, you know, are much more knowledgeable about most of what's going on and actually talk about it semi-regularly. Like we mentioned earlier, Benicula. She, I believe, I don't know if she takes an entire stream, but she takes a portion of, like, a stream a week to talk about current events going on, if there's, like, something important that goes on. And, you know, she's better, she's more knowledgeable and keeps her, like, ear in that type of stuff more than I do, so. So it's fair enough. And part of her, and I think all of her community, but like, her community likes that stuff more, so, you know, fair game. It ain't my jam, but I ain't gonna freaking crucify someone for deciding to take a little dip into some of that stuff. It's their content. If it's what people like, then it's what people like. I'll yap about it occasionally, like freaking how sad the that one parade was today. Freaking 2 Shermans, 3 dozen people, and the saddest cadence I've ever heard in my life. That's coming from a percussionist in high school, so I've heard some sad cadences. That was sad. I don't know. I didn't see any of the other stuff going on, like, around, aside from that one, but I did see, like, the video of that, and I'm like, this is sad. And then someone, like, told how much it's going to cost, because obviously tanks going down a normal freaking asphalt street as part of a parade is going to tear them up, and apparently it's going to be like 120 mil, and I'm like, most expensive 36 people I've ever seen in my life. Fucking wild, dude. But what do you do? I ain't the one making decisions on that shit. I mean, fuck. My tax dollars are already getting fucking wasted by teaching, fucking, what is it, 4.6 thousand members of the US military what it's like to be homeless in LA. I really do appreciate the openness of the news in reminding me that 90% of the ones that are over there for this shit are just chilling out, sleeping in tent cities right now. Fucking fantastic, dude. Good on those dudes for getting paid. However, I really wish that I didn't just have another point telling me that I'm getting freaking robbed every fucking time that I have to fill out my taxes, dude. Tell you what though, I do kinda envy those guys. Not, I don't know. They're in California, I guess, at the end of the day. And they have to pay for their own goddamn food, so most of those tax dollars are just going back to freaking your local Californian deli. And they're dealing with fucking heat because it's California in the summer. As I've said, I would much rather be in Alaska in the winter than I would be in any hot state in the summer. Rather it be 8 degrees than 108. Fuck off, dude. I'm increasingly worried as to how bad this summer is going to get here. When does summer technically start? June 20th? Oh, summer's gonna start in like a week. Not bad, not bad. I'm worried about August, though. Normally, it's around August when, like, the 108 days come in. Like, it gets super fucking hot, and then, like, 2 weeks later, we start getting back to, like, 30-degree mornings. It's super fucking hot for 2 weeks. 30-degree mornings, but the 30-degree mornings... We have those 2 weeks where it's 30-degree mornings, 100-degree afternoons. Those fucking suck. Those are on each end of the year. Because I gotta go under both my blankets to freaking sleep in the morning. But I am likely to die of heat stroke if I don't wake up at a specific point in time in the day. Freaking uncover myself. And then we get into my beautiful, beautiful cold weather. In the last 2 weeks of Ren Fair. Not that I can go to Ren Fair anyway, because frickin' they changed their policy and, like, there's 100 people that can go there, all, like, per day. I think it's 1,000, but still, fucking... Like, they've changed their max capacity, and, like, just in general, fucking however many people can actually show up throughout the whole day. And it's just, eh. So I don't know. May end off here shortly. I don't know if anyone's around at all. It's a Saturday into Sunday, which is really difficult because there's like maybe a half dozen people that freaking stream at this point. As far as people that I would normally raid into, anyway. Right, a lot of people are going to be playing the new FNAF game. Hey Ray, thanks for the follow. How you doing tonight? I was just closing up because my throat is shredded right now. Trying to see if there's anyone to raid into. anyone that's not doing one of the big things that I don't want to spoil myself on anyway. It's weird how that winds up happening. Like, you wind up knowing people, like, left, right, and center, and then don't know that they stream just because overlap winds up being weird at times. Timings and whatnot. Everyone and their mother doing Stellar Blade. I forgot that it just came out. Well, like on PC, it just came out. Like, I had someone that I've been friends with for 3 years? That didn't realize that they were not following me until like a month ago. When I raided into them, I'm like, wait a second, do I not follow you? What in God's green earth are you watching right now? Well, I don't know what she was watching. We could raid into egg, unless, one moment, let me check if a specific other person is streaming, because I know that they're doing a partner push currently. Thank you, Sarah? Question mark? Oh, Sari doesn't kill them fast enough again. It slips through the cracks now. At least onto chat. I thought that that only happened with, fucking whatever it's called. See here. Everything's gonna break because I had to open Twitter for a moment. I think that I'm early compared to when they normally start though, so even if over to here, or over to here, no, over to here. Always starts me on verified, which is not. Are you going currently? So at least you don't have it marked on Twitter that you're going. Maybe? We're getting loading? Nope. False flag. Alright. I'll send you guys over to egg then. She's doing some art. We might actually do art tomorrow, maybe? Maybe? We'll decide on it when we get there. 'Cause I don't quite know what I'm doing. Could also do some Deponia. I know that we're not going to, I won't be hanging out with Tebber, and I'll probably do something that's a little less intensive on my throat because when I wind up doing big yap streams, I prefer to have a little bit of break. It's why I don't do yap streams the day after It also because my big voice acting day is on Tuesday, and I just take the day off on Wednesday, but I don't tend to do big yap streams after a voice acting day. Which, speaking of which, I need to get some grinding done on Healing Nature so that I'm in working order to actually continue story. Or we do art on next Tuesday. It's also a possibility. So let's start raid. You know the drill, guys. Behave yourselves. Don't make me look bad or yourselves look bad. There's the socials you can join the Discord or follow me on Blue Sky where I keep it in things such as when I go live, what I'm going live with, and art like you see in the corner, and like we may work on tomorrow. I'm going to be working on it sometime this week at the very least. Any other real announcements? Not particularly. I've been keeping you guys up to date on PC's shenanigans, which has not been going well. Because we still haven't gotten an update since last week when we got confirmation it was stolen. Do we have anything else to really mention? No. That being said, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the follows, raids, all that good jazz, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. If all goes to plan. Or Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday, it's a weird day. Love y'all. Bye.